the Panasonic RQ-340. So 80s. The tape hiss of listening to cassette alone already makes you feel like a throwback, but this tape player really completes the aesthetic. 80's design looks so futuristic, with lots of sharp angles and lines resembling grills, like dry ice is gonna start spilling out when you open it. They didn't know the future of design was gonna be a more minimalistic style. I guess they at least got the cheap plastic part right. Though it's a little bulky for a portable cassette player, the tech was still fairly new for its time compared to later slimmer ones. Besides that, I do like the design very much. Feature-wise, the Panasonic has all the standard controls to play, pause, fast forward, rewind, and record with a built-in microphone. There's no jack for an external mic, but there is a headphone jack. Though it's only mono, so I wouldn't recommend using it unless for monitoring, since music will only play out of one ear. Not that the single speaker provides any stereo either. The player also runs off of 4 AA batteries, but can be plugged into the wall with a 6-volt adapter. But how does it sound? Not horrible, but not great. I mean, look, I get it's cassette, but you can have good sounding cassette players like my Denon cassette deck. Granted, that is a full-size player while this is portable, so I'm not expecting heavy bass or crystal highs, but it still isn't great. Listening to cassette isn't really about perfect audio recreation, but rather warm vintage tones. Especially on a portable player, you'll get some extra distortion and a smaller sound, but it can be somewhat pleasant as well. I do like the warm fuzz and small tones of some of these portable players, but this one is a little too sharp and tinny for my taste. However, this thing does record too, and I must say this is where things get a little interesting. Though recording and playback are not of high quality in any way, this recorder does have some interesting lo-fi effects to it. If I record some ukulele and play it back, you'll hear what I'm talking about. First, here's the recording with my normal mic. Now here's me playing the same thing, but recorded on the tape recorder. I don't know if this is just my model and there's a broken part or not, but along with the expected distortion and hiss, there's almost a wavy effect to it. If I record some electric guitar, you can hear it as well. First, a normal mic. Now the tape recorder. Note, I did have to turn the amp down for this part. As you can hear, it's got some crazy characteristics to it as well as a grainy wash. It almost sounds like a 50s radio you'd hear in a movie, so for lo-fi music production or as an audio effect, it's pretty neat to play with. But overall, I wouldn't totally recommend the RQ-340. As a portable tape player, it's a bit too bulky to easily carry around, and you can't plug in normal headphones either. It'd be best to keep in your room for playing music in the background, but I do think other cassette players can provide a better sound, whether that's a full-size tape deck that sounds more accurate, or another portable tape player that gives a warmer vibe. The only thing I would recommend this for is either pure decoration or possibly for vintage lo-fi audio effects. For that, it can be pretty cool, especially if you can get one for a decent price.